Guys, I made it 30 days. Holy cats. What a feat. An accomplishment. I'm still kind of dumbfounded that I haven't ate in 30 days and that I actually did it. Um, I'll be honest, yesterday I hit a wall. And I know that the next 10 days is going to really push my limits physically, because it's getting really hard physically to exist. I'm just having a lot of weakness, getting out of breath if I exert myself too much, and it doesn't take much. If I walk around too much, my body's like, no, you need to conserve energy and sit down. And I think that's to be expected. I think that's part of the process, because 30 days is a really long time. I'm doing 40 days for two reasons. Number one, because it's biblical. Jesus fasted for 40 days, and there's a lot of references in the Bible to 40 days. Like, everything is always 40 days. And I was at Bible study last night, and I asked the pastor about it, like what the significance is to 40 days. And he said that it's God's testing period. Like, for whatever reason, God chose 40 days to be like a test. And I will definitely say that now that I have hit the 30 days, I am in a testing period. And I know it's going to be hard, but I want to do it because I really truly think that I am going to get some amazing benefits from it. So I'm not going to stop. The number two reason for the 40 days is that a parasite's life cycle is at least 30 days. And so I figure, well, I've hit 30 days, but if I do 10 more days, that's just solidifying that I'm killing them all and getting my body back in balance, which I really truly want and need, because if you're going to heal, your body has to get back into balance, and parasites play a huge role in bacteria, viruses, and just wreaking havoc on your organs. And so I really need a good, thorough cleanse of that. And I know for a fact that I have been severely riddled with parasites because, oh gosh, like a year and a half ago, I started a parasite cleanse, and I did that parasite cleanse for a year straight. And it took 10 months before I stopped seeing parasites in my stool, in the toilet, which is huge because only a small percentage of parasites actually live in your gut, and so the ones that you see in the toilet are coming from your gut. You have parasites all over your body, all over in your organs, and when those ones come out, like, you're not even gonna see those ones. And so just the fact that I saw them for 10 months straight is insane. I mean, that just goes to show how bad my infestation really was. And I've been working on the parasite situation for a really, really long time. And I think now that I'm finally getting a grasp on it, and I think I'm towards the tail end of getting them managed. Like, there is no such thing as not having any parasites at all. Like, parasites do serve a purpose and a role in your body, and they are a protectant to a degree, but when they get out of hand because of other imbalances in your body, then that's when they take over and they run rampant, and your body can't flush them out on their own. And so, interestingly enough, when I did that year-long parasite cleanse, once I was done, I was finding that I was able to pass parasites without doing a cleanse at all. They would just show up randomly in my stool, and so that was a big positive, because that means that my body is able to clean and cycle them out without any additional help. And so yeah, that was just a really big positive, and I'm glad that I'm getting to a point where that part of my health is improving. So, hold on, I gotta take a drink because I'm like cottonmouth here. Okay. So let's talk about all the different things that have been happening. So yesterday I went pee, and my pee smelt like chicken. I know that sounds really weird, but it did, and I was just like, what is going on? Like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of cleansing of my urethra or my bladder or something, but it smelled like straight chicken. It was very strange. Let's see. So I weighed myself yesterday. I started out at 142 pounds, which is overweight for me and my body. I'm 5'2", and for the majority of my adult life, I was between 105 and 110, and it was just recently in the last couple of years that I really ballooned up. A lot of that wasn't my fault because I was on steroids, and steroids make you gain weight. But it was also a combination of the sad standard American diet of eating too many carbohydrates and a lot of sugar, which isn't good for your health, and it makes you fat. So I gained a lot of weight. I ballooned up to, at my fattest, I was 162 pounds, which is, just thinking about that, like, disgusts me because ugh. So I was 162 pounds. When I did my 25-day fast, I lost 20 pounds. I got down to 142, and I kept all the weight off. And so when I started this fast, I started out at 142. And as of yesterday, I am 123. So I have lost 19 pounds, which is great. I'm feeling better in that regards. Like I don't feel so fat and bloated, and it's an amazing feeling. And you know, that's the thing, is like I'm not doing this fast necessarily for the weight loss. I just want to be healthy. But that is a perk, and I am feeling a lot better in my skin. And the nice thing, the thing that I'm most excited about with the weight loss is that my fupa is almost gone, which is really exciting. And if you're a lady, you probably know what a fupa is. If you don't know what a fupa is, you can Google it. F-U-P-A, fupa. But yeah, it's almost gone, and I'm so excited about that. Like it's just really exciting. Like finally this summer I'll be able to wear a swimsuit, and I won't feel so self-conscious about myself, you know? Another thing that started happening this morning, which was really annoying, is that my ear is plugging up, and I can like feel it into my sinuses, and like I just have a lot of mucus built up in my face for some reason. And that happened, oh gosh, I think that happened like day 22 or 23. So I know that it's just temporary, but it's just really annoying, and I have more detoxing going on in my face. So hopefully that goes away by tomorrow or later today. I've also decided, I was talking with a friend about my last fast and how it was really difficult to like incorporate some foods into my diet, and she definitely suggested taking a probiotic, and I'm just like, that's a really good idea, to help get some bacteria into my gut, because when you go this long without eating any food, it has to change your microbiome, and I can't imagine that there's really any probiotics, prebiotics, because it's all been like fasted out. Like you don't have any like food to create it. And so my plan is that when I break my fast, I'm going to be eating sauerkraut. I'm not, like, through this journey, I'm not big on supplements. Like I don't feel like you should need or rely on supplements to be healthy or to get healthy. And I don't want to take a bunch of pills. Like I don't think that's natural. I don't think it's natural for our bodies to be breaking that stuff down. And then plus when you take pills, I think it's like, I forget which way it is. It's like 80-20, like either 80% of it only gets absorbed or only 20% of like a capsule gets absorbed by the time it like goes through your system. And so I don't want to take a capsule. Like sauerkraut is a great probiotic, prebiotic, and so I'm going to get it from food. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat the food. So yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit about my diagnosis. Like, since I'm fasting, I'm not in this like perpetual circle of constantly thinking about either eating or preparing food. And you don't realize until you're fasting how much time food takes up in your schedule. And so I have all of this time, and so what am I doing? I'm like constantly thinking and researching. And so I've been thinking about my journey and the fact that, when I went into the hospital, I was immediately diagnosed stage 4. And I mean, my situation was so bad that like I could tell that the doctors didn't think I was going to last long. Like they were like, this is the worst case that we've ever seen. It was that bad. And I was just thinking about that, and the fact that I had the opportunity to go into the doctor before I was stage 4, but I didn't do it. And the reason why I didn't do it was because I was pregnant. I was pregnant and I felt the tumor, and I knew it. Like I knew that I had cancer. And I refused to go in because I knew that they would immediately want to start me on chemotherapy, and I was only a couple months along, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that I'm going to put my child through the poisoning, because I knew that it would be detrimental to their health. And I know like some experts or some doctors would be like, oh no, it's not going to cross the placenta, your baby's going to be fine, and yada yada yada. Well, I know a girl that she was actually diagnosed with breast cancer a month after me, and she was pregnant. And so she went in for chemotherapy, and within a week she had to have like she had to immediately go into the hospital, and I'm pretty sure she ended up like having I think she had a C-section, maybe not, but her baby had complications. Like it came out premature because it had to have had a reaction to that chemotherapy. And the baby had like problems. I don't remember what it was, but it had to go to the NICU, and then it was just a bad situation. And I'm just like, thank God I did not do that, because I know something bad would have happened and my baby's health would have been compromised, and there was just no way that I was gonna do it. So I didn't. I held off, and I didn't go into the doctor until things got really bad, and then I finally went in. And so, I've been thinking a lot about that situation, and honestly, like I'm glad that I have stage 4 cancer versus, stage 2 or stage 3, because had I went in and, had it not been metastasized, they would have said, "Oh, we can cure you." And so I would have had to do the chemotherapy to shrink the tumor, and then they would have removed my breast, and then I would have had to do radiation, and then I would have been quote unquote cured. Well, the problem with that is that it doesn't, like, cancer is a metabolical disease. Like, there are processes happening in your body that are malfunctioning, and you need to correct that. If you don't correct it, the cancer is just going to come back. And you see that time and time again, where people go in, they're quote unquote cured because they sliced and diced and poisoned themselves. And then a couple years later, they're diagnosed stage 4 and the cancer has come roaring back, and then they end up dying. And so if I would have went in and, done the whole procedure, which I probably would have, because I would have been scared, and I would have thought in my mind, like, oh, as long as I do this stuff, I will be cured and I won't have to worry about it. And I wouldn't have changed my lifestyle. I would have continued to eat the crappy food. I would have continued to abuse my body, and the cancer probably would come back. And so now I'm in a situation where I've researched so much, I've learned so much about health, and I think that now I'm in a place where if I can beat this cancer my way, that not only is it a great testimony for other people that this is possible, but it also proves to me that I have the self-discipline to make the necessary changes to actually be healthy and live a life that I'm proud of, and not just numb my life and numb my problems with this bad toxic food. So I'm just really grateful, because I wouldn't have learned the things that I've learned had I not been for stage 4, because it hit home that this is serious and that I need to take this serious. And it wouldn't have happened if I went in and it was, stage 1, stage 2. And so yeah, I feel like I'm in a really good spot. Like, I know, on paper my health isn't that great, but I do feel amazing. As long as I'm, like, sitting down and not exerting too much energy, I do feel amazing right now. And I want that to continue. So I will definitely be doing more fasting and changing my diet. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I guess I will, I did take a before picture of my body, like how I was at 142. And so what I did is, when I went in for my brain scan a couple weeks ago, that's when I took the picture. And so when I go in for my brain scan on Friday, I'm going to take a picture in the same changing room, so it's like the same, like the before and after will kind of be the same. And I'm going to try to find, like, the same bra and underwear that I wore too, so it's like, it kind of bothers me, like, when people do a before and after, but like the underwear are like higher waisted versus like low rise, or like a different bra, because it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't give like an accurate, like, weight loss comparison to me. But anyways, I will be posting the before and after eventually. I don't know if I'm gonna do it Friday because honestly, like, I'm gonna get the results of my brain and what it's doing, and if I don't get positive results, I'm probably not gonna feel like posting a before and after. But eventually, at some point, I will post my before and after because I know a lot of people fast for weight loss and they're, kind of curious about, what people look like. So, but yeah, anyways, that's my update, and I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll probably see you in a couple days. Bye.